Guys, welcome back to the Harry's Harry channel. In the recent weeks, we've seemed to become more of a football channel than anything else, but I need to remind you that I'm mostly gaming, especially Nintendo, Fortnite, Mario, and if you haven't heard, we're going to be doing a Mario movie. Well, I'm not going to be. I have no participation in this other than being a crazed fan. They're doing a movie on my favorite game, which is the Mario Galaxy movie. Take a look at this, guys. It's beautiful. Mwah. Look at this fan poster here. Oh yeah, that feels good. That's juicy. We like that. We like to see that. But yeah, this is going to be coming out next year, and I'm a big fan. This is actually my favorite game probably ever. Not just favorite Mario game. This one and Galaxy 2, they made two. So I figured today I'm going to talk about what my expectations are and kind of predictions of what we're going to see in this Mario movie. As someone who's very familiar with the material and what we can expect and what we can hope to expect to see introduced or utilized in this movie to be something great for the fans. First thing I want to talk about is there was this fake leak here that, let me just kind of press play. Everyone leaked what the Rosalina would look like for the Mario universe, and these are all just fan-made. Right here you can see Mario's spin jump. This is a big movement style in the game where the Luma in his hat gives him a little spin jump. He can do extra things. This thing, I think I could see it as a reference. I don't think it would be too important to like whatever they're doing in the movie, but you know, just being able to have him do a little spin jump for extra air or action would be pretty cool to see, but I don't think this is necessary. If I don't see Mario do a little spin jump and go wahoo, I don't think I'll freak out. I don't think I'm gonna fall out of my chair and ask for a refund. Yeah, so these are just some renders of what Bowser Jr., Yoshi, the chimp, and they could look like, but it's all fake. It's all fan-made, so don't take it too seriously. Just some people getting excited just like me. But I think the next important thing we gotta talk about is the places I want to see us visit in this Mario movie. There's some iconic galaxies in the past. Here's a lot of them from Mario Galaxy, and we're gonna go into like a more of a staple of which ones are just classics that need to be shown. All right, so along with these galaxies that I'd like for us to see in the game, I also really hope to hear the music. I'll let you know which kind of songs I'm really hoping to hear in this Mario movie. And as a general statement, I really think they should not do any pop culture music like they did in the last movie. I don't think anyone was really wanting to hear Take On Me instead of just some classic Mario music, which is iconic, by the way. Why are you taking out some iconic music to put in Take On Me? No one wants to hear Take On Me in the Mario movie. Like, what are we doing, Nintendo? I also want them to take a more serious tone with this. I don't know if you really know the story of Mario Galaxy. It's very calming, serious kind of tension and like a lot at stake kind of game, and I'd really like them to take that and kind of put those stakes into the movie, make it a little bit more serious. I don't care if they joke around and stuff and have fun and goofy fun, Mario, whatever. It's a kids movie, I get that, but I want them to take the tone a little bit more seriously, like there's stuff at stake, like you can't be joking around the entire time, is my hopes. Alright, back to the galaxies like I was going to show you. So these are all from the first Galaxy movie, and we're already hit with some classics that need to come in. First of all, Good Egg Galaxy. That's the starting galaxy you go to. Good Egg Galaxy. You could make even Yoshi. That could be the one where you find Yoshi, because there's a Yoshi egg in this galaxy, and you fight the baby piranha plant. Like, that's a galaxy that needs to be seen. Same thing with Honey Hive Galaxy. I don't know what we'd be doing if we don't visit Honey Hive Galaxy. Along with, we need the music while Mario's visiting there, right? I don't know how they're going to structure the story to visit all these different galaxies and why they need to visit this one and that one and whatever. Maybe it is to collect enough power stars to visit the center of the universe, which is the original plot of the Galaxy video game. So let's see if they do it here, because we also need to see Space Junk Galaxy and Battle Rock Galaxy. These are two more of just like the main known galaxies. I understand I already listed 4 that we have to see, and I know there's gonna be a couple more that I'm gonna say are must-haves, but these two have beautiful music to them, and Space Junk Galaxy can really be interpreted as just like if they just see a bunch of junk out there, maybe that's Space Junk Galaxy reference, I don't know. But Battle Rock Galaxy is really cool, and you could put a lot more lore into what Battle Rock Galaxy is and why is there space war. Like, I don't know, you could add more lore to it. All we know now is there's just like a Battle Rock Galaxy, and you could add a lot more lore to it, which could be really interesting. I could maybe see them adding Ghostly Galaxy. That's the one where you find Luigi in the Mario Galaxy game, so maybe that's where Luigi is. It's gonna be a little bit of weird plotline having all of the mainstay Mario characters in this movie, because Mario's kind of on a solo quest in Galaxy, and that's what makes it kind of beautiful in his like trying to reach Princess Peach. And I guess he does have the people back at home base at the Comet Observatory back at home trying to help him out with wherever they can find power stars and stuff. So maybe it's gonna be like a split off movie where they're all trying to heist stars from these different galaxies. I don't know. Maybe that's how they do it. Beach Bowl Galaxy, I really love the music from this. I love the Beach Bowl Galaxy music. Is it as important of a galaxy visit? I'd be okay if it doesn't show up. I'd love to hear the music for it, but I'd be okay if it doesn't show up, just because it's kind of just a beach in the air. It's really just a beach in the air. I love the penguins, and the penguins are so cute. And maybe they'll bring the penguins back, because they had the penguins at the beginning of the last movie, so maybe they'll bring them back, but who knows? We're getting close to the end of the first game of how many galaxies are in it, but Gusty Garden Galaxy, I think that's the top one. That's one on top of my list that has to be in the movie. And I think they know that. I think they know that that's the most popular song. The galaxy's alright, honestly. Like, it's fun to play. It's mostly there for the music. Like, they have to visit Gusty Garden Galaxy for the music. And they can kind of fuse some of these galaxies that are kind of similar theming. Like, you can see Sea Slide Galaxy is kind of close to Beach Bowl Galaxy, Gold Leaf Galaxy. You really don't need to include that if you have Maple. You kind of see how these are interchangeable in a sense. Like Dreadnought Galaxy down here kind of goes with the theming of Battle Rock Galaxy, which I think they even use the same song when you're visiting either one, because it just looks like another battle spaceship that you're going to visit and get stars from. So you can really kind of combine it and mix these themes. Toy Time Galaxy is the last one from the first game that I really need to see included in here, because it's such a fun, like, cool theming. I'd love to see it included in the movie. And the music kind of goes hard. It goes hard. And I'm also not really including these as galaxies, whatever boss fight they ever sent up, Bowser's Galaxy Reactor, whatever. They all kind of have the same Bowser Jr.'s Lava Reactor. Like, they're all just kind of similar in a sense. I don't care necessarily which one shows up for the fight scene, as long as it's an epic fight, of course. There's just a couple Galaxy 2 galaxies that I think are kind of iconic to not include as well, which is Yoshi Star Galaxy. That's the one where you actually find Yoshi, because Yoshi's included in the second game, and he's going to be included in the movie as a tease. So I think Yoshi Star Galaxy is going to be an important one to include to find Yoshi. The music for that one goes hard as well. It'd be a beautiful one to include. I also love Fluffy Bluff Galaxy. You see the chimp there, you get the cloud mushroom, you get the cloud flower. It's just a great galaxy, very fun. I think I always remember that one when I played Galaxy 2. Puzzle Plank Galaxy, another one with good music, another like just fun concept for there's all these puzzle and wood things. As I add galaxies to the list for them that I hope for them to include, I can see how it can get kind of troubling of how they're gonna give all these galaxies the light of day or like show their worth and value while still like continuing the plot and stuff. So I can understand they having to leave out some galaxies. These are just the ones that I hope they include, and I kind of not mentioning the ones I don't really care if they include or not. Wild Glide Galaxy, they can include if they want to do, like, it's basically just Mario flying on bird. Sure, they can do that if they want. Tall Trunk Galaxy, that one I remember being super fun. You got the whole wood slide, and you could include this, maybe you could incorporate it with like the Honey Hive Galaxy or something with the similar theming, but I remember Tall Trunk Galaxy and some of the Yoshi levels they had for that. Rolling Masterpiece Galaxy is probably my favorite ball level. So there's like a ball mechanic with Mario like on the star ball and he has to get to the end, which if you want to include that mechanic, I'd say include this galaxy then. It's up to them. It depends if they're like really trying to include all these different mechanics from the game or not. And then the last one, if you want to do any Super Mario 64 other game references, I'd probably throw that in the category of Throwback Galaxy. This one's just basically nostalgia for Super Mario 64, a specific level in there. So if you wanted to like throw any of those in, I'd probably consider that as Throwback Galaxy. Moving along, we got to discuss the new characters they're going to introduce in this game. First of all, Rosalina is a must-have, like we went over before, the leaks and everything. Who do I think is going to voice Rosalina? Obviously, Sydney Sweeney. She has to. It's going to be the best bet. I don't know who's going to voice Bowser Jr. My joke casting is Aquafina. Yoshi's going to be in this. I don't know if he's going to get voice lines or he'll just make the cute Yoshi noises. I probably prefer he doesn't talk. Alright, now we got the Luba, I had to look up his name. I always knew him as a purple Luma. This guy is only from Galaxy 2. He's kind of the captain of your starship, and he kind of guides you around and everything. He's a big player for all the Lumas. So I can see him being included as a wise character, especially if you're combining both Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 for the movie. It makes sense to include him. And with that said, we gotta include a bunch of Lumas, right? And so you got some different kind of Lumas. The yellow, blue, red, black ones, green ones all represent like kind of power stars in a sense. There's a hungry Luma. This pink one and this orange one are the ones that stay in Mario's hat to like jump around and stuff, and we already went over Luba. You just gotta include a bunch of Lumas in it and probably one inside the hat or whatever, especially because this original one was Princess Peach's gift for Mario. And also with characters, you have to introduce Captain Toad. And you might be saying, Harry, They had Captain Toad in the first movie. And kind of, yes, they did. They had Toad, and they kind of put a backpack on him. But Captain Toad wasn't started until Mario Galaxy. This is where Toad became Captain Toad. And he piloted a spacecraft. He had a mushroom spacecraft, and he guided his other Toads around to collect stars and look at different galaxies. There was a smart Toad, there's a lazy one. I forget what that guy did. And then this one was a male Toad. So like he gave you mail. He wasn't like a man Toad. Maybe, I don't know. But I think this is essential. You gotta have these Toads in it. And of course you have Keegan Michael Key. You just gotta upgrade Toad to Captain Toad now. And also, if you're doing a Honey Hive Galaxy, you have to include the Queen Bee. She's one of the top reasons why you would want to include Honey Hive Galaxy. She's such a big main character. She was in Mario Kart 7. She was such a big character, she was included in a Mario Kart. That's how important she is to Mario Galaxy or just Mario as a whole. You gotta include her. I don't know who would voice her. Oh shoot. She's kind of like a sophisticated character. Like, she's a queen, right? So you gotta get someone like sophisticated play her. Next, you got the chimp, the freaking chimp. This one's only in Mario Galaxy 2, but oh my gosh, he just shows up. He's a goofy guy, and he has little challenges. I can't remember exactly, but you can earn stars from him if you do these like harder challenges and stuff. And I think this guy should be voiced by my friend Aiden. He just reminds me, he gives me Aiden vibes. I don't know if you've ever met my friend Aiden. He's been in a couple of videos of mine, but this is just complete Aiden vibes right here. And if he's not voiced by my friend Aiden, I don't know. Danny DeVito would be funny, I guess. I'd pick Danny DeVito to voice every character if I could. Next, we're kind of getting the crazy zone of who I need for characters, but these robots that appear in Battle Rock Galaxy and a couple of the other galaxies, they're just so goofy. I love them. I love the little sound effect noises they make. So I thought it's important that we include these guys as just characters, like, you know, to converse with Mario or the characters in like some of the galaxies. Same thing with these wood guys. I love the little wood characters. They're so goofy. They're so silly. Yes, please include them. And we're getting close to wrapping up here, but I figured we've talked about all the good characters that are appearing. We have to talk about all the other villains that I want to see appear in this movie. First of all, we already talked about Baby Piranha. That one's probably a must-have. That could be like the first, like, maybe boss that Mario comes across or something. Whatever you want to use him for. King Kaliente, that's a big one. King Kaliente returns multiple times. The big octopus. I'd like to see King Kaliente on the big screen. Same thing with Kamela. Kamela is, I think, how you say it. The theme for Kamela is like fucking golden. It's fire. What if Kamek gets an upgrade and becomes Kamela? That could easily be the plotline story for this. A lot of these other ones you can easily skip. You get some robots gadgets from Bowser Jr. like this one that you can do if you want. This guy from the Ghostly Galaxy, this guy was really tough. I forget his name, but he's like the toughest boss probably in the first game. Those are the bosses that I'd really like to see from the first game appear in the movie. A lot of these other ones, skip over. Don't spend time on them. And then from the second game, I have a couple more. King Lakitu, he appears on the Yoshi Island. I think he's funny. I like him a little bit. He's just a tubby guy and he gets angry in his purple cloud and like sends lightning down. It's fun. Gobblegut though. Please include Gobblegut. Like I don't know what you want from him. You have a Mario Kart track based on this guy because he's so iconic. This was Bowser Jr.'s like pet dragon or whatever, and he like goes into the planet and comes out, and you have to hit all his soft spots. Like, oh my gosh, that's probably my favorite fight. One of my favorite fights from Mario Galaxy. Same thing with this robot. This robot that is Bowser Jr.'s is such a fun fight with the Yoshis. And he has the bullet bills coming out of you, and he has the hammers. I know I'm not making any sense. You got Dig-a-Leg. There's so many of these like contraptions that are just like iconic that I'm like, please include. So yeah, that's gonna do it for bosses, and of course you need Bowser as the final boss. Don't make it anyone else. It has to be Bowser. He's trying to control the entire universe, and you gotta stop him. I don't know how he's gonna escape. Maybe Bowser Jr. comes to rescue him. Who knows? But I'm excited. Alright, we're wrapping it up here. I know I've been rambling. We only have a few things left to cover, and this is kind of one of the more important things to cover is the power-ups. There's some really good power-ups included in Mario Galaxy games that don't appear anywhere else in the franchise. And there's a few big ones that I think need to be included in this game. First of all, Bee Mario. Bee Mario is probably the most recognizable out of all these, other than the Fire Flower, but like everyone knows what a Fire Flower is, right? Like we don't need to show it. Like you can have it if you want. We don't need to cover that. But Bee Mario, I'd love to see as number one. Like we need to see that, especially if we're going to Honey Hive Galaxy. It just makes sense with all the bee theming, bee levels and stuff. Helps Mario fly. Can't touch water. Alright, that's his weakness. Second is Cloud Mario. This is probably my favorite power-up out of all the Mario Galaxy games. It's just essential. You can make clouds to it's basically a platform. You create your own platforms to climb on. It's so fun to do. Rock Mario is also great. You can turn into a ball, do bowling ball. That one I don't see as essential. That might be more of a one-off joke one. Same thing with the Boo Mario, that might be another one-off joke, and same thing with the Spring Mario. Another goofy, why would I want to be a spring? Just like how they do in the first movie when Mario eats a mini mushroom, he's like, why would I want to be mini? They could do that with the Spring Mario. And then there's the Drill Mario. The Drill Mario doesn't show up in this specific picture, but it's not really power-up. I don't really care if you see it or not. And last but not least, I need to see the Comet Observatory. Beautiful. This is Rosalina's spaceship. It's so grand. It's so spectacular. But I have a dilemma because I also want to see Starship Mario. This is the one from the second game. This is the one from the first game. I love them both. I want to see them both, but I don't know how they do that. I need them to satisfy me some way that they're going to show both of these. Maybe they got to make a sequel to the Mario Galaxy movie. Maybe there's going to be a part 2, and they can include a lot more of this stuff, because we covered a lot of what they need to include in this movie. It's only going to be probably less than 2 hours long. So both these spacecrafts are kind of essential, and they mean a lot to me, and they're both very nostalgic, so I'd love to see both of them. I'm just now noticing the rabbits. I really love the rabbits that appear throughout the games, and I think they are lumas and they switch into rabbits. I don't know how it works, but essential. Everything essential. Hopefully I covered everything. I can't wait to see a trailer. I don't know when a new teaser or trailer is going to come out for this movie, but I'm going to be covering it. Thanks for watching if you made it this long. I'm sorry for rambling in your ear. If you're as excited as I am about this movie, then hell yeah. Let's do it, brother. Let's watch together. Let's watch together, guys. Alright, that's going to be it for me. Subscribe. See you in the next one. I'm not just a football channel. I swear, I'm not just a football channel. See, look, I like Nintendo. I like video games. Okay, bye-bye.